Hello, dear Barça fans. What a morning we've had in Barcelona with the interview with Xavi Hernández. A total bombshell. And pay attention to the debate between Joan Laporta and Víctor Font. Everything is on fire. Total madness. And I'm going to sum it up for you in this video. Pay attention, because I don't hold back and I give my opinion 100%. Xavi, Laporta, and Víctor Font have spoken, and it's turned into a huge mess. Hit the like button, subscribe, and I'll see you at the end of the video. Don't leave, because this is going to be absolute madness. Let's get started. But Xavi, where have you gotten yourself into, my goodness? What a mess Xavi Hernández, the Barça legend, has caused. Let it be clear, but as a coach, and as someone currently linked to Víctor Font's candidacy, I think he's really showing his true colors with everything he's doing. After 2 years of silence, last night he gave an interview that was published in the newspaper La Vanguardia, and he has directly set the election campaign on fire. A strategy by Víctor Font using Xavi to hurt Joan Laporta, and I think Xavi comes out looking really bad, because I repeat, I will always carry Xavi in my heart. Barça legend captain, he gave us a lot. As a coach, he also did good things, but he was also a complete disaster. He also ended up being pitiful and managing the locker room terribly. It was unfortunate, like saying, now I'm leaving, now I'm not leaving. In the end, Laporta ended up kicking him out of the club out of spite. He showed that pain in this embarrassing interview, where he lied and did things that I don't think suit a man like him. So elegant, such a wonderful man. Xavi has always been and has prided himself on doing things that way, and I think he was completely wrong this time. One of the most important headlines from this interview is the one on screen, the one about Messi. He was signed, but Laporta called it off because he didn't want a war with him. This is completely false. Xavi Hernández came out in 2023 commenting on this, and at no point did he say that Messi was signed. In fact, it was the player's own circle who didn't recommend returning to Barcelona. All of this happened precisely because of what took place after Joan Laporta became president of FC Barcelona. Joan Laporta had to look out for Barça and set his feelings aside, because Messi obviously couldn't be re-signed after becoming a free agent since Barcelona was violating fair play regulations. Any contract made with Messi wasn't going to be approved by the league, so he couldn't be registered. Laporta protected Barça by not signing the CVC deal, leading to Messi's departure. We all know what happened after that. Do you know what the reality is according to Spain's Marca newspaper this afternoon? On the front page, they have Javier Tebas, yes sir, Javier Tebas, who has just called Mr. Xavi Hernández a liar. La Liga did not authorize anything at all, nor did they give the okay for Messi to end up coming to Barça. This has been totally denied by the president this morning. So now what, Xavi? Now what are you going to say? I think it's very low. It's unethical what you've done to attack Joan Laporta. I understand that your departure as Barcelona's coach wasn't the best. But if you really love Barça, which I don't doubt, because of course you do. Of course you do. You're not doing any good for them with your decisions and statements. Are you destabilizing Barça? Speaking in sporting terms, because we have a lot at stake in the next few hours, a Champions League match, the league is on the line. So why stir things up and bring these issues up now? I don't understand it. And here it is, Javier Tebas. He leaves you in a bad light. If we keep watching the interview, there's another headline, of course, that says, Laporta signed me, but in the end, he let me down. This makes it even clearer that he's hurt. He's hurt because things didn't end well for him at Barça. Obviously, I can understand that. But what a coincidence that after 2 years of silence, the week of the elections, when Xavi speaks out, well, folks, there are a lot of interests involved. Xavi, besides that pain he has with Laporta, who let him go in a spiteful way, there's also something else to keep in mind. He's a friend of Víctor Font, and they're also partners in a company they own together. So, there are a lot of interests involved, and I think that's more than clear. What a coincidence that Xavi says now is the time to tell his truth. He didn't have time before, but it just had to be the week of the elections. Then, another headline I really didn't like is the following. I'm never going back to Barça. I've already had my time as a player and coach, but let's see, because I don't understand why. I don't understand this resentment towards the club, no matter who the president is. But anyway, if you grow as a coach, since right now you don't have the level, even though, I repeat, we won the league, a Spanish Super Cup, he debuted Lamine Yamal. He made a good bet on Cubarsí and company. But what about Fermin, for example? Today they are all top players. But why is Xavi Hernández acting like this? Why? I don't understand. Me, honestly, I'm very disappointed. And at exactly 9 in the morning, more specifically in Barcelona, the first face-to-face meeting between Victor Font and Joan Laporta took place. A debate, in my opinion, totally watered down by the continuous interruptions from Mr. Victor Font, who constantly stopped and interrupted Joan Laporta with his hand. On several occasions, he even touched the president to try to urge him. I don't know. I think in the end, instead of a discussion or a face-to-face, it turned into something I didn't like at all. Laporta defended himself wonderfully well. He laid out everything he has done, and Mr. Victor Font contributed 0 proposals as usual. And he has dedicated himself to tearing down, to trying to make offensive comments about Joan Laporta and his management. I think Laporta comes out stronger, and Victor Font, just like Xavi, has been exposed. Next Sunday, remember that it's the elections. There will be another face-to-face debate next Thursday, and we'll see then if Font finally explains clearly and concisely what he's going to do. We already know Laporta's plan, with Hansi Flick and Deco leading the way, and now it's Victor Font's turn. It's already known that he would appoint 3 people to take on the role that Deco currently has, which doesn't really make any sense either. Therefore, I think Laporta has won the debate, but it was a watered-down debate, a very ugly debate, and I didn't like it because of the constant lack of respect when taking turns. I think Victor Font is taking a path that, in my opinion, is very far from what it should be. A person who wants to be president of FC Barcelona, the more I listen to him, the less I like him. Do you remember that false accusation by a Barcelona member against Joan Laporta? Well, precisely the arguments from that accusation are the ones Victor Font has used throughout the whole talk. So, he's been totally exposed. And fam, I've made my point clear. Now it's your turn. Now I want to know what the Barça fan thinks today. The Barça fan who is anywhere in the world listening to this video or who has listened to the interview. Please write to me and tell me what you think, what your opinion is. And of course, who do you think will win next Sunday's elections? We, Barça Hoy, will be there from early in the morning that Sunday, covering everything from Barcelona, and later, of course, also with the match that will be played at 4:15 against Sevilla. Once the match is over and the vote count is in, Barça Hoy will also report live on what happens in the FC Barcelona presidential elections. Fam, thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next video. Stay tuned, because tonight we have Barcelona's potential starting 11 against Newcastle. Don't miss it here on Barça Hoy. Barça yesterday, Barça Hoy, Barça always.